Hi everybody, my name's Beth and I'm going to guide you through your basic group fitness strength and cardio class today. So as we go through our workout, please feel free to modify at any time or intensify at any time, add on, take away, whatever you need to do today, do that. So we will be warming up with some cardio and a little bit of resistance work, and then we'll get into the strength training part of it. And then in between different strength training exercises, we'll add in some cardio blasts. And of course you could skip that or just join in. All right, let's get started. Okay, so we'll just start on our mats, and you don't need a mat if you don't have one. And we will be doing body weight today. So no equipment is needed. You can always add in equipment if you like. And so we'll start with some shoulder rolls back. Just getting into our shoulders, feeling into our body, releasing any tension in through our neck. So do a couple, like maybe 6 rolls back, and then start rolling forward. Lifting your shoulders up as high as you can towards your ears, and then down and around. A couple more here. And then from there, we'll start jogging it out. Start jogging in place. You don't need to lift your knees really high. You could just bounce side to side. Hands can be wherever feels most comfortable. And you can just swing your arms side to side, keeping your chest lifted. Shoulder blades down your back. Jogging in place here. Noticing your breath. You may notice your breath is going to get kind of quick as we get moving, and just keep your breath fluid and long. So from here, we're going to take this jogging action and do some step outs. So you'll take your right leg and the left leg out to the side, bouncing side to side, adding in anything if you want to, making this your own workout and feeling into it. Keeping chest lifted, breath is fluid. And from here, we're going to come into high knees in 4, 3, 2, and 1. High knees. Sometimes I like to bring my hands in front, and so my knees come up and touch onto my hands. That could help me get my knees a little higher. Otherwise, you can just keep your hands by your side, run it out with your arms. All options are great. Just bring your knees as high as you can. Keep your chest lifted, slight squeeze in your shoulder blades. Breath is fluid and long. From here, we're going to butt kickers in 4, 3, 2, 1, butt kickers. Bring your heels to your glutes. Arms to stay by your sides. You can go in circles if you want. Make it as fun as you like. Just making sure your heels are coming up to your glutes as much as possible. And we're gonna stop here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it to the side, and then we're gonna step to the left, bring our hips low, like we're going under something, then we're gonna jump over, back to the right. Step under, duck, and jump over. There we go. Just keep it going. So you can slowly come over, or you can move a little faster. It's up to you. As long as you're keeping your hips low as you duck, and then high as you come over. Chest is staying lifted as you duck down. 1 more. And this time we're going to jump over to the left, and then we're going to duck under to the right. So just switching sides. Keeping your hips as low as you can as you duck. It's like you're going to duck under a fence, and then you got to jump over a puddle. One more here. And then find the middle of your space. We're going to step back with our left foot, arm reaches up, step back with your right. So you can do a lunge and bring your back knee down, or you can keep your back leg straight, finding what works for you. Looking for the stretch in the front of your hip and the hip flexor here. We're going to add a twist. After this one, we're adding a twist. Step back and then twist towards your bent knee, come to standing. Twist towards your bent knee, standing. I should say twist towards your front leg. Both knees could be bent here. So gentle twist as you step back. Moving a little slower probably through this process because we are adding some movement and coordination, crossing over our center line. 2 more. Last one. And then find the back of your space if you're using a mat, back of your mat. We're gonna do some inchworms. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling and then bring your hands down. Walk them out into plank. Walk it forward. Find plank, gentle squeeze into your legs. Walk it back. Come to standing, arms reach overhead. Let's do it again. Hands come down, walk it forward. Warming up in through our hands, our arms, and our back. Gain into our core a little bit here. You can always add a jump as we come up to standing if you prefer. So this is kind of like a burpee. However, we're walking towards the front of the mat rather than a burpee that jumps to the back. 2 more. Follow the length of your spine as you walk down. And then keeping your chest broad as you walk back. Last one here. This time we're gonna come down and hold and plank. We have some mountain climbers. So bring one knee to your elbow and then switch. You can go really slow, walk it out. You can also run it out if you'd like. Finding what works for you. You can do a slow run or a fast run. 10 more seconds here in our mountain climbers. Breath is fluid. Lift your chest away from the ground. 3, 2, 1. Find plank, hold. Knees can come down if you need to, or keep them lifted. We have 5 more seconds here. Squeeze in through your glutes. Lift your navel to your spine. And then release, knees come down. Sit back towards your heels. Take your left arm across your body. And then right arm across your body. So we'll get into the strength portion of this practice. Hands behind your back, clasp your hands, open your chest. Slight tuck of your tailbone here. I hope you feel warm and ready to go. Here we go, let's come to standing. So there's gonna be 2 exercises that we're gonna do. So I'll show you what we're doing and then we'll go into it together. So we're gonna start with a squat with a leg lift. So we'll do a squat, we're gonna reach our arms forward, then we come to stand, we're gonna lift one leg out to the side, foot comes down, squat forward, arms reach forward, leg out to the side, okay? So we'll do that, I'll show you one more time, out to the side. Really flex your foot as you lift your leg here. Okay, and then the second exercise will be single leg RDLs. I'll give you more instruction, but just so you see where we're going, we'll have one leg planted on the mat and then we'll have one leg lift. Again, I'll give you a little bit more direction, but we're gonna take, for the squats, legs out to the side, RDLs, single leg RDLs, leg to the back. Here we go. For squats. Remember, we're gonna lift one leg out and then the other, so we're alternating. Feet are gonna be about hip distance apart. Feet or toes face forward, and here we go. And then go ahead and squat, arms reach forward, left leg lifts, squat down, right leg lifts. Yeah, there we go. Flex your foot, leg is extremely engaged as we come to standing and lift that leg. So you should be feeling it in your outer hip, and sit back towards your heels as you squat. Reaching your arms forward should allow you to get a little deeper into your squat. Play with your depth here. Challenge yourself, find your edge. Here we go. 10 more. Follow your breath. Keep it fluid, keep your chest lifted. 4 more. Last 2. And there it is. Woo! Shake out your legs if you need to. While you're taking a break, I'm gonna show the RDLs one more time, a little bit more detail this time. So right leg's gonna stay planted. Left leg's gonna come behind you. Options here, hands to your hips, Hands to your heart, arms by your sides, or the most intense version, arms overhead. You can also have, traditionally RDLs, your arms will be kind of down holding a weight, so you can have weight in your hand here if that would be most supportive for you. All right, here we go. So find your hand placement. Remember, hardest arms overhead, traditional arms down, or any other variation. Here we go. We're gonna lower our chest down as we lift our left leg up. Make sure your hip isn't lifting. Keep it square, and then come back up. So that when we held a little bit longer, we'll move a little faster. Bend into your right leg, left leg lifts. Come to standing, squeeze your glutes. Here we go. Keep your spine long, chest is broad. Left foot is flexed. Remember, arms are overhead can be really intense, and that could add some weight and resistance if you don't have any weights today. If you do have weights, remember, weight would be held right under your chest as you fold down. Gentle bend into your right leg. Breathe. We have 4 more. Two more. Now listen up. This last one, we're gonna come down into the midline here where our torso is parallel to the ground, and then we're going to pulse our left leg up. I can't find my mouth. Pulse your left leg up. Here we go. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Shake it out. What? Here we go. I hope you guys are having an easier time balancing than I am. All right, so left leg is gonna plant this time. Right foot toes are gonna come back behind you. You know the arm placements, so find which one is best for you. From here, start to lower and lift. Gentle bend into your left leg as you lower. Right leg is flexed, trying to take the bend out of your knee, and your foot, your leg is flexed and your foot is flexed here. Remember, if you have weights, you're gonna hold it right under your chest as you lower down. We have 5 more. Go slow and steady if your balance is off. I needed that cue last round. That threw me off. Okay, 2 more. And this last one, we're gonna lift and hold. Pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Shake it out. We'll get a little bit more into our glutes a little later, but for now, let's just give our legs a little break. Actually, not quite yet. We're gonna do a little cardio. So catch your breath. We're gonna do some burpees. We're gonna do burpees for 30 seconds. If you don't know what a burpee is, this is what it's gonna look like. You're gonna come to the top of your space. You're gonna reach arms up. I'm gonna show you the full version, and then I'm gonna give you modified versions in just a moment. So full version, jump, hands come down, jump back, plank, jump forward, and then jump up, which will start you in the next cycle. Options. Don't jump, just lift arms up. Or don't jump and lift heels up. That's an option as well. Hands come down. Option, step 1 foot back, step 2nd foot back, and then step forward, forward. These are your options. To intensify, you can jump back, add a push-up, and then jump forward. So those are options. Find the variation that works for you. If you want to do the push-up, but you know you can't do it with your legs lifted or your knees lifted, just bring your knees to the ground. Totally fine. All right, here we go. 30 seconds, and let's get started. Keeping your chest broad. As you jump back, keep your hips high. Don't let them droop down. Don't let your lower back droop. And know that you can always come to the modified version at any time. And then you can add on to the modified version at any time as well. 5 seconds. And stop. Whew. Burpees are always so good to get the heart rate up. All right, next round, we're gonna come onto our hands for a little bit. Get off our legs, give our legs a break. So we're coming to a forearm plank. So come onto your belly. tuck your toes under. You're gonna bring your your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Clasp your hands or hands plant onto the mat like a number 11. From here, we're gonna lift up forearm plank. Knees can always be down. This is a great option. Otherwise, knees are up. Now push back into your heels. Push into your elbows, lift your chest away from the ground. Bring your navel to your spine. Slight tuck of your tailbone, so your tailbone points back towards your heels. You can hold here or follow me in some rotations. Dip left hip down, dip right hip down, side to side. Keep your hips low in line with your shoulders. Knees can always come down at any time. We're getting into our obliques, getting into our shoulders. A little bit of chest action here, holding us up. 2 more. And then find center. You can always take a break if you need it. We're doing some dolphin crunches. We're gonna lift our hips up and lower them down. Hips up, lower down. Just make sure you're not drooping your chest down towards the ground. It will kind of come down towards the ground, but make sure you're lifting your elbows, pushing your elbows into the mat so you're lifting your chest up. Here we go, 5 more. Squeeze into your core as you lift into through the center in the dolphin position. Last 2. Last one. Whew. And then bring your hips down to the ground. If you need a child's pose, go ahead and sit back. Straighten your arms here in front of you. That could feel really good. Or any other movement that sounds good for you. We're gonna get back onto our hands. We're gonna do some push-ups. So I'm gonna suggest at least 10. If you could do 15, do 15. You can always do them with your knees down or knees up. And remember, if you wanna do push-ups but you're not able to, even with knees up or down, doesn't matter, you can lower down just a little bit and lift up. Totally fine. That's gonna help you to get to the position where you can go a little deeper in the future. All right, here we go. At least 10, if you do 15, do 15, all right? Hands are gonna be a little bit wide. Navel to your spine. And here we go, lower and lift, lower and lift. Push into your whole hand. Make sure the base of your index finger is not lifting. Lift your kneecaps up towards the ceiling. Legs are really engaged. If you're following me with doing 10, we have 3 more. And last one. And come up. If you're still doing another 5, please go for it. More power to you. But for now, we'll just take a little break here. And then we'll go back into the push-ups. We're gonna take it low and we're gonna pulse for 8 counts. That's it. And then we'll get off our hands here. So come on to your plank position. I'm gonna probably have my knees down for this one. I'm just briefly gonna show you, we're gonna come halfway and we're gonna pulse for 8, right there at the halfway mark. If you need to be like a fourth of the way, that's fine. Or just little pulses at the top, absolutely fine as well. Here we go. Find your plank position. And here we go, lower. Pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower to the mat. I never felt so good. We're gonna add in some cobra push-ups in just a moment. Take a break. I'm gonna talk through the cobra push-ups and then we'll get started together. All right, so I don't know that they're actually called cobra push-ups, that's just what I call them because they look like the cobra pose in yoga. So just to show you, you don't have to do this just yet. You're gonna place your hands a little bit further in front of you so your elbows are just slightly in front of your shoulders. From there, remember, you're not doing it just yet, just watching. From here, you're gonna push into your hands and you're gonna straighten your arms a little bit. There's gonna be a slight bend. Then you'll gently tap your elbows down to the mat and then lift again. Tap down and lift. So we'll be here. The goal is to feel it in the back of your arms, and that may take like a couple reps to find that, or you may need to adjust your hands in a different position. All right, here we go. Set yourself up. We're on our bellies, hands are a little bit forward, elbows a little bit forward than our shoulders. Here we go. Now we're gonna lift and lower, lift and lower. So the backs of your elbows are pointing up towards the ceiling. Push the tops of your feet into the mat. We are getting a little bit of a lower back workout, which is kind of cool, and you might even feel this in your biceps as well. So here we go, we got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. All right, we're gonna make it up back onto our feet. We are actually very close to being done. We have our 1 more cardio blast, and then we have a set with our legs. We're gonna get into our glutes a little bit more, and then some stretching, and we're totally done. So for our cardio blast, we're gonna do skaters. So skaters can be done by stepping or jumping. So there's different options here. So to step for the skaters, you're gonna step to one side, you're gonna take your other foot and do a curtsy lunge and step back here. So when you do a curtsy lunge, your back leg is gonna, so this leg, my right leg is going behind my left and over to the left behind me. So I'm having that curtsy kind of shape in my body. And then if you're stepping again, you'll step over to the side, curtsy there. Step over to the side, curtsy there. You can always touch down if that serves you as well. So if you want to do the jumping version, we're going to jump and curtsy. Jump and curtsy. You can bring your hands down to the mat. That is a variation of this position. You can also, if you want it harder, you're going to not touch your back foot down and don't touch your hands down. A little bit more of a balance challenge. All right. I feel like I already got started on this. Okay, here we go. We'll go for 30 seconds and start. So finding the variation that works for you. If you are not jumping, you will still get the cardio blast that we're looking for. Whoa. Keep your chest lifted even if you're touching down. If you have a logo on your shirt, I should be able to see your logo. Here we go, 5 more seconds. And stop. All right, we're gonna go back to that crescent lunge with a twist, but this time we're actually gonna make it a lunge with a twist. So I'll demonstrate first round, and then you guys can jump in once the demonstration is over. Okay, so right leg's gonna stay forward. We're gonna step back with our left, take our hands in front of our chest, rotate over to the right, come back to center, step forward. If you want to, you can add a knee pulse in here. Sit back with your right, rotate to the left, step forward or knee pulse. You can also do a twist if you want. Just make it your own. Okay, here we go. I'll demonstrate one more time. Step back with your left, rotate to the right, and then step forward. Again, option to bring your knee forward as well. All right, here we go. So we'll start with the step back of the left leg. All right, step back left, rotate right, step forward, and then twist to the left next time. Maybe you want to do a couple of rounds before you add the knee lift. That's a bonus challenge there if you want to take it. So squeeze in through your obliques as you twist. Keep your spine long. So maybe now you want to add in that knee pulse. Whew. I don't think I have the coordination for that today. Here we go. We have 3 more. Last one. And so we do have some more lunges, so we don't want to push too hard. Take a break, catch your breath. I'll talk about the next exercise. It's not the last one, I'm sorry to say. All right, so we're gonna step back, and then we're gonna hold in the lunge position. We're gonna pulse, pulse, step forward. Step back, pulse, pulse, step forward. So that's what we're doing. Pulse, pulse, step forward. So you're welcome to bring your back knee all the way down if you like, or just lower it just a little bit, okay? But I do ask that your front knee is over your ankle when you step back, when you're pulsing like that. It'll just protect your knee. All right, here we go. So we'll start with stepping back with our left foot first. Remember, double pulse, step forward, and go. Step back with your left, pulse, pulse, step forward. Back, pulse, pulse forward. Nice. Chest is lifted. If you need to slow it down so you can keep your balance, do so. Better to go slow than to throw our bodies around and injure ourselves. Maybe you can bring your knee a little lower. We've been doing this for a little bit, so maybe challenge yourself. Breath is fluid. We don't want to forget about our breath. Sometimes we hold it when we go into intense moments in our body. So we want to keep our breath fluid. We have 2 more. And there you go. Woo! Awesome. Shake out your legs if you need it. We're going to come down and do some bridge work. And then we're going to stretch and we'll be done. So let's do this. So we're going to come down onto our backs. First, we'll start with some traditional bridges. We'll add on from there. And then we'll end with a reverse tabletop. So feet are going to be underneath your knees, hands by your sides. Push into your heels, lift your hips up. You're going to push into the base of your big toes, squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. You'll notice you can lift your hips a little higher. And then from here, lower your hips down. Gently tap the mat and then lift right back up. Lower, gently tap and lift. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Gentle squeeze of your glutes when you get to the top. And then if you would like, a gentle pull of your heels towards your body can help to engage through your hamstrings a little bit more. If you want to challenge your hamstrings in this position, you're going to walk your feet forward a little bit towards the top of your mat or away from your hips, and then you'll notice your hamstrings will engage so much more. Squeeze your glutes at the top, push into the base of your big toe. We have 3 more. And last one. And hips come down. Take a breather. If you need to bring your knees into your chest to stretch your back or your glutes, that's fine. Do what you need to do. So I'll explain what we're doing next. We're going to do a figure 4 bridge. So we're going to take our right ankle onto our left thigh. Hands will be by our sides. I'm just demonstrating now. I'll tell you when you to jump in. We'll push into our left leg, lift our glutes up, and then push our right knee down at the same time. All right, and so we'll just continue with that motion that we just did. Now it's single leg with a little stretch on the right side. All right, hands by your sides, left foot on the mat, right ankle onto left thigh. And from here we lift. Bring your right knee down towards the mat and lower, tap down and lift. Lower and lift. Make sure your left ankle is in line with your left hip, as well as your left knee in line with your right hip. Your left hip. Lifting here, gentle tap to the mat. You don't want to rest in between the lifts. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And we're just going to switch right into the second side. Right foot comes down, left leg crosses over the right, and then we push into the right foot, lift glutes here. Left knee comes down, tap down, lower. Remember, it's just a gentle tap. We're not completely resting down. We want to keep our muscles working the whole time. Breathing here. We have 3 more. 2 more. And last one. And lower down. If you want to bring your knees into your chest again, please do so. We're going to take this into a reverse tabletop. So when you're ready, come to a seated position. Feet will be in front of you, just like we had set up for bridge. But then we're going to have our hands behind us, fingers pointing towards our hips. Now, this can be a lot on our shoulders, so if it's too much for you today, don't worry about it. You can come back to bridge and do some lifts and lowers. Totally fine. It's going to be the same. You just won't get the back, the action in your upper back and your arms, but that's okay. Meet yourself where you're at today. So fingers are spread wide, feet are planted into the mat. And from here we lift our hips up. You may need to reposition your feet so your knees are over your ankles, and then squeeze your glutes here, broad across chest. It takes a lot of shoulder flexibility to do this, so just notice if you need to take a break. So that's okay. We're gonna lower our hips towards the ground as we bend our elbows back. back. And then we lift our hips, straighten our arms. Lower and lift. Remember to bend your elbows back. Get a little extra tricep bonus here. Breathe. Keep your spine long as you lift, and then engage through your glutes as you get to the top. Navel to your spine, core is engaged even though it doesn't seem like we're working our core in this position. Or the front of our core, I should say. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and then 1. We're gonna hold at the top, squeeze your glutes. Maybe your head falls back. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips come down. All right, we are done for today. Yay! Extend your legs long on the mat. Fold forward. Breathing here. Keeping your breath fluid and long. Allowing your workout to be whatever it was today, and just be glad that you made it to your mat, that you tried and you did what you could. I'm sure you did great. And then we're gonna come up to a lunge position. We're gonna step our left foot forward, and we're gonna hinge forward from here. If you need to, you can have something underneath your hands to give you some more support, or you can be up a little bit higher. Wherever you are, push your right foot into the mat and then engage your right glute, and you'll notice your right hip flexor will then really start to stretch in that position. Breathe. And then hands come down, straighten your left leg. Left foot is flexed. You can bring your left leg into your hip socket there. And if you can fold forward, that's great. Some people like to sit back onto their right leg. That's fine too. I actually find that takes me out of the stretch a little bit, but I know some people it actually works a little better for them. And then we're gonna walk our hands forward. We're gonna take our left foot over to the right side of the mat. Left knee comes down to the left side of the mat. We're setting up for pigeon here. If pigeon is not in your practice, figure 4 on your back is excellent choice, and I'll show that in just a second. So if you're in pigeon, you can come onto your elbows, you can fold all the way down, you can stay lifted, you can grab your back foot with either hand here. And if pigeon is not feeling good today, totally fine, come to your back, left leg is gonna come onto your right thigh, and you'll do a figure 4 stretch here. Breathing here. I'm gonna turn in your direction for the next stretch here. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. And then we're gonna come back onto our hands. Bring your weight into your right hip, and you're gonna swing your left leg around. Left leg is gonna go to the outside of your right thigh, or on the inside of your right thigh with your right leg straight. Both options are great. From here, left hand by left hip, and then we're gonna rotate to the left, taking our right hand, either hooking it onto our left knee, which will get more into our outer hip, or bring the arm to the inside of the thigh, and you get more into the rotation in the spine. So finding what works for you. I'm gonna grab onto my knee because my hips are really feeling that workout. So we'll stretch it out here. Sit up tall, inhale, and then exhale, rotate into the twist. Inhale and exhale. Look forward and then allow your body to release. We'll come to the second side, so come back into the lunge position. This time, right leg is going to extend forward. Left knee is down. You can keep your hands down onto the mat or lift yourself up. Hands can be on your thighs. And then push your left foot into the mat. Engage left glute, bringing your pelvis into place, and then you'll notice the stretch in your left hip flexor will be a lot more intense, and that's what we're looking for right now. Breathing here. Noticing if your heart rate has come down. Maybe you're not feeling as warm as you did just a little while ago. Hands down to the mat, straighten your right leg here, half splits. If full splits is in your practice, you're welcome to do that as well. Flex your foot so your toes are coming more towards your body or towards your shin rather than towards the front of the mat. Breathing here. And then hinge forward, finding pigeon once again. Toe heel your right foot over to the left side and then bring your right knee down to the mat. You're going to extend your left leg behind you, sit up tall, stay on your hands, grab your back foot, come to your elbows or fold all the way down. Other option, figure 4 on your back. Right ankle onto left thigh and just lay on back. All I ask is that you're honest with yourself, listening to your body, and not pushing past your limits just because you think you should be in a position. Sometimes we are our biggest barrier in our exercise or workout routine. And so just checking in and always noticing where you can relax a little bit or intensify a little bit. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more like that. Inhale. And when you exhale, feel your shoulders relax. If you're folded forward, back onto your hands. Take your weight over to your right hip. Swing your left hip, swing your right leg around. Did I mix it up? No, I got it. And then right hand's gonna come by your right hip, and then you're gonna rotate to the right here. So again, you can either hook your left arm onto your right leg for the hip stretch, which I recommend, or arm to the inside for more of the spinal twist. Wherever you are, sit up tall, inhale. And then exhale, rotate. Finding that rhythm. When you inhale, you lengthen. When you exhale, you rotate. Look forward and allow your body to follow where your gaze is. Uncross your legs, bring your feet in towards one another, knees out wide. So the closer you bring your feet in, the more intense, the further away, less intense. So find the spot that works for you. Grab onto your ankles, your shin, or your feet, sit up tall, inhale. Maybe you just stay here and push your legs down, or exhale, fold forward. You can take your elbows, push it into your knees. And keeping your spine as long as possible. It's okay to round forward as long as you don't have any tenderness in your lower back, but keeping your spine long and pulling your chest forward past your feet is going to be more beneficial for you in this stretch. And then rise up, grab the outsides of your knees, bring it in. You did it! Yay! Nice job. I'm so glad you were able to make it to class today, and I hope you found this class beneficial. Have a great day. Bye.